Deployment and recovery of deepwater oceanographic research moorings has been a staple of NOAA's ocean and atmospheric research for decades. One of the most scientifically productive mooring systems is based on the Atlas and newer generation TFLEX moorings, which now span the globe in the equatorial regions of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. This short video will illustrate how these moorings are recovered and deployed from the NOAA research vessel Ronald H. Brown. The Brown uses its 22-foot rescue boat for all at-sea operational small boat needs, including mooring recovery. The rescue boat is launched via our Shat Harding davit in a safe and efficient manner in seas up to 8 to 10 feet and winds up to 25 knots. First, the gripes are removed and the boat lowered to the rail. The coxswain and passengers safely climb aboard. The boat is then lowered by the coxswain using the manual pull. The boat can be released from the cradle as soon as it contacts the water. Since we use our rescue boat routinely for operations and drill with it regularly, the crew is well practiced and efficient in launching and recovering in most sea conditions. When the small boat is in position and the instruments have been removed, the pickup line is passed and connected to the surface buoy. The pickup process begins with the surface buoy at the stern of the ship. The buoy is lifted from the water and secured with tag lines. The Brown's deck crew, with many years of experience, has developed specialized techniques which increase the safety and efficiency of this operation. For example, hydraulic tuggers are used instead of handheld tag lines. This provides tremendous control of the buoy as it comes aboard, even in heavy seas. With the buoy safely controlled by the hydraulic tuggers, the mooring line is shackled to the safety chain. The safety chain takes the strain while the buoy is disconnected, moved, and secured. Next, a Yale grip, or Chinese fingers, is wrapped around the mooring line. This takes the strain off the buoy's electronic connector and prevents damage as the wire is pulled through the lifting blocks and spooled onto empty reels. While the ship's position is controlled using the Brown's dynamic positioning system, the subsurface instruments are removed. The highly accurate computer-controlled ship positioning allows the scientists easy access while they remove the instruments and record their condition. The tedious process of hauling in and spooling over 5,000 meters of mooring wire and rope then begins. The hand spooling is labor-intensive, and the effort is enthusiastically shared by the fittest members of the deck crew. At the end of the line is the final piece of equipment, the acoustic release. Once the acoustic release is aboard, the mooring recovery is complete. Deploying an Atlas or TFLEX mooring can begin once the ship is positioned several miles from the anchor site. The scientists and deck crew have prepared the new surface buoy for deployment and attached the first few subsurface instruments. The ship begins a slow turn to port as the buoy is lifted off the deck by the ship's crane. The buoy is carefully moved up and over the port side as the crew attends the tag lines. The trick to ensuring a smooth deployment is to prevent tagline entanglements or damage to the buoy's instruments. Note that the Brown crew swings the buoy backward before lowering it into the water and tripping the release. This action prevents entanglements and instrument damage by ensuring a clean release from the crane. The ship moves slowly forward and positions the buoy off the stern as the first bit of wire and first few subsurface instruments are fed out over the side. During deployment, the Brown crew makes use of a drop-down block to increase the safety during the process of instrument attachment. Note that the instruments can be attached without standing on the deck edge or reaching out over the stern. Spooling out the wires and line is done by hand with the capstans controlling the pace and tension. Reeling out the line, reloading the spooler, and placing cotter pins in all the shackles requires manpower, but is efficient, safe, and highly reliable. The last piece of line out is the cut piece and is precisely measured in relation to the water depth. The end of the cut piece is secured to the safety chain while the acoustic release is attached. The acoustic release is the key to recovering the mooring, and care must be taken to ensure it is not damaged. Once the release has been attached, the mooring anchor is moved into place and secured to the end of the mooring. The ship continues to move ahead while towing to the previously determined anchor drop position. When the anchor is released, the mooring deployment is complete.